guys, thanks for tuning into this part 1 of the series that I'm doing. In this video, I'm going to be modifying and prepping the body of the 1957 Chevy Bel Air for paint. I hope you guys enjoy the process, and if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below.
Normally, the first thing that I do when I start a model kit is I highlight and circle any imperfections in the body of the car. That way I can quickly go through and sand down to prepare the body for paint. After spending a lot of time looking over the body of the car, I have decided to chop the roof, which means cutting the side panels and lowering the entire roof. As y'all can see, I am going to be measuring out 4 millimeters and cutting lines or strips out of this tape to place onto the body before I cut. That way it's completely straight and even. Before I cut the roof off of the car, I wanted to make sure that the tape was even and straight on both sides. After making sure the tape was straight and even on both sides, I carefully cut the roof off the car. One of the most important things to do after modifying the body or any piece like this is to make sure that it still lines up fairly well. After looking at the car off camera, I realized that I had cut way too much off of the pillars. So I added a little bit more plastic to each one so the roof didn't sit so low. I want the car to look realistic and not exaggerated. Since I lowered the roof, I have to reshape the back window. Here I am marking on the body of the car where I need to cut and sand. One of the most important things that I have is this plastic putty. When modifying these cars, there are going to be lines that don't line up. So adding this putty, it allows me to go back later on and sand and get those body lines perfect again. As I mentioned previously, this handheld Dremel is amazing. It makes very quick work of what I needed to sand in the back window, but unfortunately it is not very precise. So I have to go back over with this hand file and get a smoother finish to it. So, as y'all may know, I'm pretty new to this YouTube channel. In the process of trying to figure out editing, I have managed to ruin the majority of the rest of the audio for this video. So I'm going to be putting some background music and chiming in to tell you guys what I am doing in the video. So please bear with me. Hopefully it will not happen for the next video, but if it does, I'm sorry, I am still trying to learn this. One of the biggest things about cutting the roof is the rear pillar does not line up anymore. So I am marking out the lines where I want them to go now so they match on both sides and the shape of the rear glass and the side windows are the same. After looking at a bunch of reference pictures off camera, I have decided to cut out the middle pillars of the car. I feel like it just gives it an overall cleaner look, and I am very happy with how it has turned out so far. If you guys look closely, you can see that I broke the back pillar again when sanding. So I am just re-securing it, and I had to find a way to secure it without having to hold it, so the tape worked perfectly. I noticed on the front fenders that there were some lines from the process of being molded. I did not like those lines, so I ended up putting plastic putty on them, and now I'm just sanding it with 320 grit sandpaper. Later I will go back over it with 600 or 1000 grit sandpaper before I go into paint. Part of the style I am going for with this car includes no door handles or side emblems. So here I'm just taking a black marker and marking out the handles and the emblems. So when I go to paint, it will show me if I still need to sand or I am done sanding. When there's no black marker, I'm done sanding.
Thank you guys for watching, and I really hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for the next video where we finish up the body and get it painted.